Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie. I am the Introverted Reader. Today's video, I'm doing a tag, obviously. This is the Bookish Senarios book tag. I find it on the ZZ with Books blog, as I do all my book tags. I'll leave a link to the tag down below. But this was created by booktuber Lindsay Hart's Books. So thank you, Lindsay, for that. So it's basically just naming a bunch of different bookish type scenarios. And what would I do in said scenario? But before that, take a drink. And I hope you've taken a drink of something today. We must stay hydrated. Anyway, so the first little scenario is you have to get rid of all your books. And you can only keep one from each of these genres: contemporary, fantasy, nonfiction, and one other genre of your choosing. What books do you keep? Well, okay, right. So contemporary, I would probably pick out one of my books by Simon James Green. I'll probably just look through my collection. Maybe I would keep Noah Can't Even. Maybe, because that was the very first book I read by Simon. It holds a special place in my heart, so maybe I would keep him. As for fantasy, that is a really hard one because I own a lot of fantasy books. I own a lot of fantasy books, you know, like romantic fantasy, urban fantasy, and such. So I genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't know which one I would pick in the fantasy department. I mean, I guess if we're gonna go with a subgenre, I guess I would probably go... Oh, I don't know. That's a hard one. Can I not just pick all my fantasy ones? Do you know what? I'm looking at my shelf here and I'm thinking, what is one as of lately that I've loved? And I'm gonna go, I think, with urban fantasy. I'm gonna go with Legendborn. It's right here. Just because it's one of the best books I've ever read. And yeah, amazing black girl main character, Arthurian legend. Just, it's wonderful. Nonfiction, I don't read a lot of nonfiction, but if I had to pick a nonfiction book to keep, it would probably be Dan and Phil's book, The Amazing Book Is Not on Fire, which I still own. Bought it years ago. I still have it to this day, and I would keep that forever. I want to be buried with it. And one other genre of my choosing. One other genre of my choosing. What would that be? I guess I'll go for magical realism, and I will keep Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune. That was hard. That was difficult. Scroll. Scenario number 2. You are at the bookstore and you hear a teenager telling their mom they don't like to read, but their mom insists they pick something. You walk over and recommend a book you think is great for people who aren't big on reading. What is it? Honestly, realistically, if I was in this situation, I never heard of mom pressuring their kid to try and read, I'd be like, leave the kid alone. Please just leave the kid alone. Like, let them discover their own hobbies. However, for the fun and for the sake of this tag, I think I would go over and I would be like, I would probably suggest they read a graphic novel because they're mostly pictures. I would give them Heartstopper because it's about teenagers and their daily lives. And I feel like a lot of teenagers, whether you are coming to terms with being queer or whatever, or not, or if you just simply want to just read more and be an ally, or, you know, you like fun contemporary stories, you know, like I would give them a copy of Heartstopper. And I would say it's a graphic novel. There's very little words in there. It's mostly pictures, and it's really cute and really wholesome. And yeah, and if they didn't want to read the whole series, I'd be like, well, there is the TV show, so you could just watch that. So I'll go with that. But realistically, if I was in this situation, you know, you can't really force a person to get into reading. You're not feeling your... Oh, scenario number 3. You're not feeling yourself and need a pick-me-up. Which book do you read to put yourself in a great mood? Well, I would want something that would make me laugh. So I guess I'm mentioning again Simon James Green. I would pick up one of his books because they're funny and it would make me laugh. Or I would pick up TJ Klune, The Lightning Struck Heart. They make me laugh, you know. Either one of the two of those, but I've mentioned this before. Like, if I'm ever in a really sucky mood, I don't really go for a book to cheer me up. I watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, okay? I'm actually rewatching it again now. I have a problem. Anyway. Let me see. Next scenario. You go back in time for a day to your teenage years. Good God. What book would you most likely have caught yourself reading? Oh, anything with a vampire in it. I was fully in my vampire era. Like, I properly got into reading when I was about like 16, 17 years old. So you would have caught me reading Twilight. You would have caught me reading House of Night. You would have caught me reading an L.J. Smith book. Yes, I went down that route as well. Yeah, if it had a vampire in it, I was into it. Or Mortal Instruments, and as well, there's vampires in the Mortal Instruments world, so fully in the vampire era back then. So that's what that's what you would have caught me reading. Oh, your friend surprises you with a 4-day trip and you have 1 hour to pack. If any of my friends happen to be watching, if you ever do this to me, don't do that to me. What book do you bring to read on the way? I would probably just grab whatever I was reading at the particular time. You know, I always have books sat on my bedside table. So, like, I would probably just grab one of those, shove it in a bag and get going. But you only gave me an hour for 4 days? Like, that set me. I was like, well, where are we going? Is it a road trip? Are we getting on a plane? What's going on? Like, don't ever do that to me. Oh, don't ever do that to me. The next scenario. Your house has been robbed. Don't worry, everyone is safe, but your bookshelf has been raided. Oh, the bastards. Anyway, what's the book you really hope is safe? Honestly, I do have some special editions that I would really hope they don't steal. However, oh, come here. This book right here is probably my most prized possession in my collection because this edition does not exist anywhere. And it's this. My hardcover sprayed edge of Strange the Dreamer by Lani Taylor. This was a pre-order option and it's also like signed. It's low-key coming apart. I need to like get glue or something and try and like stick it back together. If anybody has any tips on how I can keep this together, because I mean, I don't know if you can see, but like it's, you know, it's fragile. It is a fragile. So again, it's one of my most prized possessions. So if this got stolen, I'd be very upset. I'd be very upset. Same with Muse of Nightmares, but Strange the Dreamer is one of my favorite books of all time, and if somebody stole that from me, their heads would roll, I tell you what. Your friend borrows a book and returns it in awful condition. Do you A, just pretend you haven't noticed, B, ask them to repurchase it, or C, secretly do the same to something of theirs? I would never do option C, by the way. I would never secretly destroy something of someone else's because that would be wrong. 2 wrongs don't make a right. However, definitely option B seems like the most liable option. Like, if a friend came to me and, you know, was like, I'm sorry, I damaged this, but, you know, I could listen, see, if it was me, obviously it would never be my intention to damage anything. I would look after as best as my ability, but if something happened, if something accidentally happened, like if I spilled something on it, I would personally just go out and buy them a new copy and then just give them that one and be like, I'm so sorry I spilled on your original copy, but here's a new one. Like, yeah, I would hope that my friend would be nice enough to repurchase a book for me, because I would do the same for you. I've been in this situation before, and this is why I don't lend out my books. I don't lend out my books. Like, I mean, if I was, obviously it's different if I'm giving a book away, but I don't lend out my books for this exact reason, because it's happened to me before. Me and someone, we did a book swap, and this person gave me her copy of Interview with a Vampire, and I lent her one of my House of Night books. Her copy of Interview with a Vampire was pretty beat up, but I did my best. I did my best not to make the damage any worse. Like, I mean, the spine was kind of cracked a little bit, but I did my best to not damage it any further. I looked after the thing that she lent to me, and then whenever we finally, she gave me mine back, I gave it to her in pristine condition, and I got it back. The spine was cracked, the front cover was all bent, the pages were all, like, it looked like she had played football with it. And I was very, very upset. I was very, very upset. It's like, borrowing something from someone and returning it broken. It's just disrespectful. But anyway, that's why I do not lend out my books. That's a little, that's something you didn't know about me. Well, you know that about me by now. I don't lend out my books, ever, period. Amen. Anyway, so that is all. That is all the scenarios we're going to talk about today. Let me know down in the comments what you would do in the situation if a friend borrowed a book from you and it came back damaged. What would you do? Have you ever been in that situation? Let me know in the comments. Yes, anyway, so that is all for today. Bit of a short one. All my socials are down below, as always. Blue Sky, Instagram and Threads. I'm a TikTok. You can follow me on all them if you want. Subscribe if you haven't already. I see we've got some new subscribers coming in. We've over 450 of you now, which is crazy. I would love to hit 500, so if you have not subscribed yet and you like this video, you like all my other videos, and you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. I would love that. Leave a like so the algorithm knows you like me, and yeah, that is all. I hope you're all having a great day. Hope you're all well and hydrated, and I'll see you next week for a new video. Bye.